school, if we provide everything, have the chamber go out, have businesses coming in, have development and everything, then it's gonna come to us. But we have to have the resources for them to want to come here. And we have to have the people that can do the jobs. And school, education, that's one of the main things.
Some people have said that our government has been slightly embarrassing over the past few years of different things that have been, on the headlines that would hurt our economic development at some point, to have these infighting and whatnot and different things going on in the mayor's office. What would you like to see happen regarding Mayor Ragsdale? And I hate to be so incredibly specific, but I think people are curious as to where people stand on this issue. Finbarr.
Obviously, or at least obvious to me, Mayor Ragsdale has made some decisions that I certainly disagree with and I think have been harmful to him. A lot of the controversy that appears to be whirling about him right now, some of it seems to be personal, some of it has to do with what appears to be perhaps the misuse of funds within the administration, and some of it may be related to individual feelings between county commission and the mayor's office or the administration. You know, there is an audit process and a legal process ongoing. Quite frankly, for the commission and the administration to point fingers back and forth and kind of ignore the job that needs to be done right now is, I guess, not real helpful and doesn't contribute much to public discourse. Now, obviously, certain people get some satisfaction out of pointing fingers at one another and kind of playing the blame game. There's probably a bit of that to go around, but I really think we need to concentrate on what it is the community needs. And I think this gets back to the last question about what we need to make sure that this community is primed for development, is primed for gathering jobs and so forth, and concentrate on that and concentrate on growing the community. And these other problems, yeah, they need to be dealt with, but they don't need to be on the front burner. And we do need to concentrate on the citizens' need and not just the need of pointing fingers at one person or another. I don't have an agenda in regards to the mayor or to commission. I just want to provide the best I can to the citizens of Knox County to make sure that we do have an atmosphere here that lets us grow and helps us prosper and helps jobs occur and helps education become better and so forth. So,
Ruthie, what would you like to see happen with Mayor Ragsdale?
This is all everybody has talked about for the last, gosh, I don't know how long. And I feel like it's just kind of tired news. Mm-hmm. I think it sells newspapers. It gets people to watch TV. Yes, he's made some huge mistakes. That's, we know that. Been there, done that. It's over with. Yes, county commission has argued. Yes, they've had their fights. Yes, they've done this and they've done that. But it is now time for us to get back to the business of taking care of business and serving our citizens and doing what is right for Knox County. And I truly, not to diss any of the y'all or anybody, but if we would just quit talking about it and get back to the business of doing business and serving our citizens, I think it would, all go away. We just need to stop it. I think when the new commission comes on and all is well, we've got the regular sitting commission, I am hoping that we can instill honesty and trust and openness, and that all this infighting, all this bashing will stop. Because I certainly know that when I get in, I will not listen to it, and I will have it stopped.
Let's get on to another item of contention. maybe not in itself, but specifically when it comes up, and that's TIFs, tax increment financing. It's certainly one of those things that frequently people will say, well, it's a case-by-case basis, and most people will say that it really depends whether or not there's an economic advantage in order to do this. What do you think about TIFs? I mean, is it something that we can use? Is it something in our toolbox we can pull out when we want to promote development in a certain area? Is it something that we misuse? What is it all about? How should we use the TIF?
TIFs are designed specifically to help blighted areas, especially blighted economic areas. And I think they've been used very effectively in our downtown area and some of the immediately outlying areas around downtown. I think the South Knoxville waterfront will be an area that they're used very effectively. The good greenfield development is going to occur anyhow. They don't really need TIFs. And I think in that instance it may be a misuse. But I think they are a very effective tool and one that needs to be considered, especially when you're rebuilding an area, if you will, and not developing for the first time. I think of a good bit of the downtown, the new TIF that we just granted for the Southeastern Glass Building down on Jackson. I think there's some tremendous possibility as we rebuild that downtown area, and of course that has an existing infrastructure, so there's some great advantages and some real dollar considerations as you rebuild an area like that. So TIFs work well in that arena.
What do you think about TIFs?
I think they're a necessary economic development tool, but they need to be decided on a,
case-by-case situation. Well, we are probably over time, so let me give you each an opportunity to sort of make that last spiel for yourselves. Why vote for Finbarr?
Well, that's a good question. I think because of my background in this community and my community involvement for over 30 years, and in trying to do things that help bring better operation, better life to this community, I think I would be a very good representative of the 4th District Seat A. Like I said earlier, everything I've done has prepared me to do this job. None of it did I do to prepare for this job. In other words, I have been engaged as a citizen in this community, and I would encourage everybody to get engaged as citizens in this community. And in that regard, with my financial background, with my community involvement background, I think I am a very good candidate, and I wish everyone would consider voting for me for County Commission, Seat 4A. Thank you.
Ms. Kuhlman?
Well, I have two main goals for the County Commission, and first, I believe that County Commission should be a good steward of your tax dollars, and I plan to see that your tax dollars are spent effectively and efficiently, and to meet the goals of our community, and due to the lawsuits, the computer seizures, the audits. The second main goal is to restore public confidences in County Commission and in county government from top to bottom. I was born and raised in this town, and I'm very proud of Knox County, and I would love nothing more than to be your county commissioner.